Bitcoin's alive, what you gonna do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystems. What's up, guys? We have a great show for you guys today. Very cool, very calm Sunday. Nothing really going on in the markets right now. We had some fun stuff we're going to talk about, but it's a very chill week. I think we're all kind of getting ready for this big week with Opcats and a lot of maybe Merlin Chain potentially. But yeah, we're going to get into all that stuff. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up, GM?
What's up, man? So how are you? How was your weekend? How's everything?
Good. We had an amazing Spaces yesterday. Spaces are starting to get picked back up. You can tell, like, the interest is starting to get back in. I feel like it was a really good, like, educational Spaces. We talked about several different things in terms of, like, new projects, of course, but like what's been minting, what could possibly, have been done better with certain mints and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. And then other than that, it's just really kind of observing the markets, the ordinal market, the fungible token market. Everything's kind of at, like, there's a couple things popping up, but like for the most part, everything's kind of like at a little bit of a standstill.
Yeah, definitely. And we had a great live with Charlie on Friday. I feel like we kind of really learned a lot about what's going on that side of the things, the mining and stuff like that. So I think it was really educational weekend for us, from our live to our Spaces. And yeah, and I think this week's going to be a little bit more degen than last week. I think we'll see. We did have a degen play on Friday night. So after our live with Charlie, I ended up going into the Ordinal Support Desk. And I was in there and just talking, and then all of a sudden on my timeline, I saw that Jake Gallen tweeted about this Titanium Cheeto, right? So I said in there, yeah, what do you guys know about this Titanium Cheeto? And then everyone started looking at it, and then all of a sudden, it was just like, all right, it's at 19%. Then it went to 30%. Like, what's going on? And then we all just started minting it, the entire Spaces. Now it happened so quickly. It went from 30 to 100% in an hour. But now there's a Titanium Cheeto on Ordinals. I don't know how degen that could be.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty degen, right? Like, the cool part about it, it's, a 3D file that was inscribed, and it's on BRC 420's marketplace, and it's also on Magic Eden's. I'm not sure, those are the same items,
same
right? Because the Magic Eden one looks like it has like a picture of like a puppet in the background.
So it's a screenshot because they can't do the 3D on Magic Eden, so they just took a screenshot and put the puppet in the background. But yeah,
gotcha. But you actually get the 3D if you
get
buy that, right?
Yeah, you see it differently on both. If you buy our Cheetos on 420, you see them on Magic Eden that way. But if you buy them on Magic Eden that way, you see them same.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so I was thinking, like, how can there be like a meme culture on BRC 420? But we already kind of have meme culture, right? Like this song is about NFTs is a meme, kind of, right? Yeah. But this one's kind of funny, right? Like, just it's a Titanium Cheeto, and you could use it as like a bolt to lock your door, and But I think the cool thing would be, like, if these metaverse platforms do like Easter egg hunts and stuff, and you can win prizes. You could maybe like have to find the Titanium Cheeto, or something like that. That would be pretty cool. But we'll just kind of have to see how they integrate it.
For sure. And the story behind it is it has something to do with the puppets. So people say, like, the a Titanium Cheeto is what's holding the puppet floor up. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the going joke of why the Titanium Cheeto kind of came from the puppets. That's why there's a puppet. If you look on Magic Eden, there's a puppet in the background. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
Magic Eden.
So I mean, I like it. It's like bringing meme culture to the BRC 420 marketplace, and then seeing where that kind of goes, because it's definitely the BSC 420 marketplace has definitely solidified itself as like, you know, a strong marketplace in ordinals.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, so there's a Titanium Cheeto there. So yeah.
so it's done like pretty good. I think close to like 5x, right? Is that kind of where
Oh,
it is
more
right
than
now?
that, dude. So it was $4.25 on Mint, and it got right now it's about $50.
So a little bit over 5x right now, or 10x. Sorry,
Yeah.
little bit over 10x right now.
So definitely a little fun little project. I got in it, so you know I'm still holding. But yeah, it was one of those things where it gave me that feeling again that we felt when we were minting like Sats and Rats and Honk. It was that you know the momentum. It was very fun, very fun experience. That and everyone's like, and then everyone's memeing about it and like tweeting about it or posting now. And it was fun. It was a very fun experience. I wish I could tell the community about it, but like I said, it happened so quickly. It happened within like minutes, you know. So
Yeah, and I heard like some pretty big like accounts like got involved with it as well, like
yeah,
BitGod and some
pick
other
I was
people
yep,
messaging people like, are you minting the Titanium Cheeto? Are you doing this? So
yeah.
it seems like it crossed over like different groups of
It
people or of groups in the ordinal space that normally
yeah,
don't communicate with each other, but then like they all got in
yep,
to this. So I mean, we'll kind of have to see where it goes from here, but it's definitely kind of interesting.
yeah. And then
See
you
the
had
least.
like normal people kind of talking about what why is there a Titanium Cheeto through my entire timeline? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's really good for BRC 420 because like you know it was their first. I mean, obviously the song about NFTs was the first meme, but this was like the first like one that actually hit other side
is
of
like dumb stupid. It's like
yeah,
dumb stupid
yeah.
meme. Yeah.
But it hit the other side of ordinals that doesn't really touch this stuff. You know,
Yeah.
the Trevors, the you know, not that they were talking about, but that group of people that watch Trevor and watch Leonidas that don't really watch our show. You know what I mean? That it's getting like more of the ordinals culture from like the professional side of things, right? The less degen side, because I feel like our show is more to that degen in you. You know what I mean? That their stuff is kind of like
I feel like we have a good balance.
yeah, we definitely
But
do, but we're a lot more degen than those guys. Was my point. You know,
I
we
mean,
talk about things that
maybe the way like we just don't hide it
yeah,
as much
yeah, that's
because
probably
I'm pretty sure there's some degeneracy happening over there.
no, you're right. Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah, it's definitely fun. We'll see what happens with that. And then this was pretty big. Merlin Chain is in testnet right now.
Yep.
It has been for the past I would say like 2 days, 3 days, right?
Yeah. We saw it was I think a Friday, right? So well, no, it came out Saturday. Was it Saturday or for the Friday? I think it was Saturday. Yeah.
Last Saturday.
It
Okay,
came
yeah,
out
but like
yesterday.
yeah, it wasn't long ago, and we messed with it. And if you're in our Discord, then you probably messed with it as well. But it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, I feel like there's like a lot of traffic on there right now, so there's some things that need to be upgraded, I think, or updated to
Yeah.
like for example, to be able to receive the BRC20 faucet. I think they need to do an update. But you're able to bridge your Bitcoin, your testnet Bitcoin over to the Merlin chain, and you can see when that happens. And then it's kind of where we are right now. But after talking to Merlin chain, found out that like I believe the swap testnet is going to be tomorrow, Monday.
Oh,
So
really? That's
yeah,
awesome. And they actually had a video here. I can actually show that if you don't mind here really quickly of how it all kind of works out here. So let me rewind this thing real quick. All right. So this is basically the swap. And, you know, obviously Bitcoin to USD swap there. And the wallets. But yeah, that is Merlin Chain. It's the Merlin Chain swap. So
yeah. Hopefully we'll have access to it tomorrow and
yeah,
start, able to kind of swap. It's gonna be really weird to do like testnet swap with a stable token on there.
yeah, yeah. Well,
How do you feel about all of it right now?
I'm so bullish on Merlin, dude. I think Merlin's like my number one thing right now. I think obviously, you know, with portfolio there is a way you can invest in Merlin, and that's through the minerals, the blue boxes, and the the wands, the blue wands. So I'm definitely loaded up on those, and I'm very excited for this layer 2. I think this next leg up will be brought on by layer 2s. I think the layer 2 action from Merlin Chain and the speculation of other layer 2s are really going to push probably the next leg up when Bitcoin kind of takes on that 49,000 again.
Yeah. We kind of had a conversation with Charlie Spears on Friday about a little bit about this in terms of the layer 2s and the ZK rollups and all that stuff that people are attempting to help scale Bitcoin assets. But we haven't seen like one that fully works yet. But we have talked to people that we have confidence in that are saying yes, it's going to happen. And but again, like we haven't seen it, we haven't messed around with it in terms of like a live mainnet. What's your thought on that? Do you think, are you in the camp that you're like, I'm 110% confident that like there's going to be a solution that comes out of this, or are you kind of like, I don't know until I see it? Then
with Merlin Chain.
Anything like we haven't seen anything yet, right? In terms of anything.
I mean, it's really going to be about the bridge. Like my only concern about any layer 2 is the bridge, right? I think if you can get things over there and mirror it, because that's how these things are going to work. They're not going to be like, you're not bringing your Ordi and putting it on this chain. You're going to lock it up in a wallet. It's going to show on the Bitcoin blockchain that it's in a wallet, and that wallet's going to be basically a mirror version of it wallet on this other side of the chain. Right. And then you're gonna be able to play with that. And then when you want to go back, you're just going to do the same thing. You're basically going to lock it in and then pull it out on this side. So as long as the bridge works, it's the only thing that has to work is the bridge. Like in my opinion, because you can bring up an EVM in seconds. You know what I mean? You can string up your own layer 1 pretty quickly. Just all you gotta do is fork it. But so I think that's a really thing that really has to go on. We need a bridge. I mean, we need the bridge to work, and I am 100% confident that Jeffrey and the bitmap.tech team can do it. I mean, it doesn't seem too complicated because it's not like, we're not burning in one side and stuff like that. So
I think it's probably a bit more complicated than we think, because if it wasn't, then I think it would already be out. But I will say that like once they get that situated, then that's whenever I think everything will fly. But I want to show real quick kind of how to do a quick bridge from Bitcoin to Merlin. So you need to go to testnet.merlinchain.io and it'll automatically take you to the bridge site. And then what you want to do is make sure you're connected to testnet and that you have testnet BTC in your wallet. So I'm connected here, so I'll disconnect, and then you're going to hit connect wallet and then hit Unisat. And I'm already in testnet and I have testnet BTC. So you can see my testnet BTC balance right here. It's coming from Bitcoin going to Merlin. You have to put a 0 first. So hit a 0, then you hit the decimal. Then you hit whatever amount that you want to bridge over. I'm going to do 3 zeros and a 5. And then you hit transfer. You can pick your gas, which they're all 1 sat. So I'm going to hit confirm. Then hit sign and pay. And then bridge successful, right? Then you hit OK. Then if you want to check your transaction, you just go to the bottom where it says view your transaction history. Click that. And this is the one that I just did. I did this one earlier this morning, but like 3 minutes ago. So then I already did this a while ago. I think like 2 days ago. And you could, this little circle in the bottom right, once you bridge the funds over, it's actually going to go into your, click on this. It's called your smart account, your Merlin smart account. So it's going to show what you bridged over. And now you can interact with this Bitcoin on Merlin using your smart account, right? So it's going to be very interesting. You can send to like another Merlin address, receive from a Merlin address. But yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. Let's see if this is working. Yeah, this is probably still backed up. So what they said, they said with the BRC20 faucet, it's like so many people are trying to get it. So that's why it's kind of clogged up right now. But yeah, so it's pretty simple. That's kind of where we are right now. Tomorrow, I believe the swap will be available, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. But we're getting there. So
Yeah. And then, we're probably, he said he's going to have it up by the end of this month, but I think that's dev talk. You know what I mean? Like devs always they always say a certain date and it's always pushed back. So being in the space for so long, it's kind of normal. And it's kind of like you always add 3 weeks to every deadline for a dev, right? I'm thinking we're going to have Merlin Chain live probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds fair. That's if there's no like major issues that come up, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
even like we talked about this before, like Jeff and his team seem to be like break things and then learn through
Yep.
breaking things, and so
Yeah.
I kind of see that possibly happening. But he gets them corrected quickly, and we saw
Yeah.
that with bitmap.game, and I think we'll see that with Merlin too. So
Yeah, I think it's move fast and break things, and
yeah,
then
there you go.
as you're going, you kind of get everything good. But yeah, man. So that's Merlin Chain. We'll definitely have more tutorials and everything that comes out with this stuff. So stay tuned for all that. So
Yep. All right, so this is kind of similar because it's the same kind of ecosystem there.
yeah,
So supposedly, and here in I think maybe like another hour, there's going to be a top 100 DJ, Lizzy Wang at Lizzy Wang Music. Go follow her. She'll be streaming on Twitter today, and I believe one of the songs that she's going to be playing is the song is about NFTs,
yeah,
and the Recursive Verse account posted it today. So I don't know. This is something that could be like a start of like branding and promotion to
yeah,
get a lot of these like musicians and artists and stuff, kind of let them know about BRC 420 and how they can make royalty,
yep.
gains or revenue from it. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I think it's awesome when I would say like Web 2 type of people enter Web 3. Because I mean I do hate the term Web 3, but it's an easy way of putting about when these DJs and stuff like that, especially because they have huge followings, like millions of people, and if I think that's just like it just works perfectly for what we're doing here. You know what I mean? It's like I think it'll be good.
Yep. This is the post right here. This is going to be huge. Top DJ, top 100 DJ. And then they have the link there for the actual
Yeah,
the songs about NFT. But we'll kind of see how this plays out. It looks like they're trying to promote it, and
yeah,
so I don't know. I think it's like you said. It's exciting to get people
yeah,
from like not so experienced in the space to get exposure to it.
100%. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Not a ton of news yet so far, but
Yeah.
this is how it is sometimes. But we will jump over to what do you want to go to next? I'll let you pick.
Let's go to the Quantum Cats. Right.
Yep.
So Quantum Cats coming up, and I think it's Quantum Cats .xyz. Oh no, Quantum Cats. But yeah, so the Quantum Cats, they're coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, which is Monday. And they are the mint price is pretty high. What do you think about the mint price?
I mean it's expensive, it's
Yeah,
it's high. But I think that like they probably have like a marketing budget that they're looking at, in terms of being able to recoup some of that spend, as well as like the operations that they have. I'm not
yeah,
sure exactly what their day-to-day operations are from the Taproot Wizards, but obviously they have like a goal and a mission, and that's to like innovate on Bitcoin. And I think that takes money. And so
yeah,
I think that's part of the reason why this, is a more expensive mint, is because
yeah,
they want to be able to, use those funds to deploy them into making things happen on Bitcoin, right? And also probably their staff and other stuff. I don't know.
yeah.
What about you?
I'm super bullish on it. Like I think I think the point one is okay. I was really thinking about it, and with the no monkeys, I think it was 0.035, right? So that's not way off, but this actually has a team building behind it. And you know me, if you know me, then you know that I love being able to getting to something with actually has builders, And I think, yeah, they're getting $14 million, but I think that $14 million gets recycled back into building for OpCat. You know what I mean? I think more things are coming from this, the potential airdrops. And I don't know if any of this is true, but I'm just thinking in my head of like, why am I going to potentially buy one of these off secondary, right? And that would probably be to basically to get in with this type of stuff. $14 million team, they have ways of putting things out. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that it's probably a good idea for me. I don't know. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to explain. It's hard to justify point one, but when you're in this world of ordinals, man, it's normal.
Yeah. Well, I think point one, like in maybe like August or
Yeah.
September, is not going to seem like it's high, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think for the average person, it is probably out of their
It's a
range.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see, because like not most everybody's going to be able to like get on the whitelist unless they grinded through this, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to think about secondary is not going to be point one. Secondary is going to be
Well,
like if you're quick.
I thought about this for a second. So I think I think the whitelist allows you to get at least 3. So I think what people are going to do, they're just going to get all 3 and then try to get that rare, and then probably sell the ones that aren't rare. You know what I mean? Like, let's just say
Yeah.
you got the 3, and then so I do think floor might be around the point one number, because if you're able to get 3 of them per whitelist, that's what I'm hearing, then potentially you could just keep the rare one and then just try to get your money back on
Yeah,
floor.
but
The floor could be.
no one's gonna sell it for mint price
You don't think
unless
so?
it does. No, unless it does like, well, maybe not right away at least. Unless it does horrible right out the gate, which I don't expect that. If it does horrible right out the gate, like no one's buying them at like 0.15 or 0.14, then people
Yeah.
will probably drop it. But I don't see that happening, right?
Yeah.
But I think you can get kind of close to it, possibly. Like, though, I think they'll be, I bet you it's going to be very similar to Node Monkeys, to where like it starts to shoot up and then it pulls back a little bit, and then that's your opportunity, and then it takes off. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so we'll have to see. Like, we can't predict the future, but it's going to be very interesting to say the least. And I think the mint is in when? There's a countdown, right?
So it's Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern
Eastern?
time. Eastern time.
Okay.
So that is around, it's 9 a.m. for us right now. So it's a little bit more than 24 hours. It's like 30 some hours away. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So I'll be looking to pick one up on secondary. I think I'm really hoping that people do floor them for mint price, but we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely going to be observing tomorrow, because I'm sure people are going to be throwing them on Magic Eden pretty quickly. And if it makes sense, I might pick one up on Magic Eden.
Yeah.
But
definitely find out.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so this was kind of a bit of a little bit of a shocker. So BRC20 token ZBit, which is the community token from BTC Machines, announced yesterday that they're going to have a runes migration for their BRC20 token. And I don't know if this is a great move for them. I don't know. But, their market cap is in the millions. It's low millions. But maybe they're just trying to get ahead of everything, get all the information for their holders, all that stuff. But they are the first that I've heard of in terms of announcing it. Do you see more of this happening? And do you think this is a good or bad thing?
I think this is inevitable. I think that everything with the team behind it is going to runes. There's 2 reasons I think that. Liquidity. I think all the liquidity is going to move to runes. And I think that, to programmability, I think you're going to be able to do more with, you're already proven it with atomicals and pipe, that, marketplaces popped up way quicker than they did for other stuff. So I think this is really good for us. I think it's not good for BRC20. It's not good for my BRC20 bags, but I think that we have 3 months to kind of wait and see. I think the meme culture is BRC20, and I think the programmability type of stuff will end up going to roots. The stuff with teams behind them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's wild. It's so wild to me, like how like definite and sure people are about runes when it hasn't even come out yet, right?
Yeah.
And I think that like BRC20 has been like the underdog since the beginning, and all it has done is like
Prove people wrong.
proven people wrong. And I actually think it's going to do it again. And it's in that, but I don't think that runes is going to be a failure necessarily. But I think the people that think like BRC20 are done after runes, I think that those people will realize that like BRC20 is not going away. And there might be migrations that's happened in other ecosystems before where they've left the chain and gone to
Yeah.
another chain or something like that. But I feel like there's too much liquidity, too much investment already that's happened for BRC20 scaling solutions, that for them to just say, okay, we're just going to throw all this away. That's where I think the problem is going to come. And I think that's why BRC20 has actually proven everybody wrong, is because of those same camps that like have like put a lot of their capital in BRC20 tokens, and they want that to continue, right?
Yeah.
I don't think necessarily any other inscription token. This actually could be worse for like Tap, because like it's like, okay, now that Runes is here, do we need to continually like work on like this other inscription standard?
Yeah.
But possibly that Tap ecosystem could continually thrive in my, well, not continually because it hasn't really thrived yet, but it could thrive because it supposedly is the programmability part for inscription tokens. So that I mean, there just could be two ecosystems here eventually. One over here with inscription tokens, one over here with UTXO model based tokens.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I think the runes is kind of already out with pipe and atomicals, right? It's the same thing. There's gonna be no difference between, I mean, besides Casey's rules, right? It's gonna be
That's a
just
big
like
deal.
it is. I mean, it makes it very centralized. We all participate in Casey's rules, but at the end of the day, like we do that already with ordinals, right? With ordinal theory.
Yeah, but
So
like these tokens that are like pipe and atomic or ARC20s, like how many of them won't qualify for Casey's rules? Because at first you have to do 12 characters, then
yeah,
you can, you know what I mean? Like after a certain block height, you can do like less. You know what I mean? So like to
yeah,
me, it's like I don't think it's gonna be like everybody is so like this is gonna be such a like this solves everything. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so.
yeah,
But I do think that like capital flows into it because of Casey. But I think
yeah,
a lot of these other UTXO model tokens and stuff, they're going to be left out to dry because, or they need to continually focus on what they've been building.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think bridges can be built. I think the UTXO model actually helps pipe and atomicals because you're gonna all this liquidity is gonna flow into runes, and then that's gonna be extracted, I think, through pipe and atomicals, right? Because I think they're gonna be able to build bridges and stuff like that to be able. I mean, they're all at the end of the day, they're all UTXO models. They're all the same model, just indexers are
Well,
gonna pick them up differently.
yeah. So
It's
like
all about
if
indexes.
if the Ord wallet doesn't recognize a pipe token, then you're effed. Like because you didn't follow the rules
Yeah,
in
but then
terms
you'll
of.
just go to the other indexer. You know what I mean? Like you'll just
But
yeah,
it won't be considered. It's like Magic Eden.
yeah,
This is not a part of the collection.
yeah. No,
I
you're right.
mean,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so, um, I think that like if it was as simple as like a bridge, then you could actually work around Casey's rules, launch a token on pipe, bridge it over,
yeah.
and just go around his character limit rules and all these things. And I just don't see Casey allowing that.
No, you're right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
so
He doesn't like JSON on this damn thing. So I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's very interesting to think about. We definitely need to take bigger deep dives into what's going on over there. But we'll see.
yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens. I think like certain entities are definitely like
Yeah,
trying to take advantage of like rushing over there, and I think that could end up biting them in the butt. But that's just my opinion.
yeah. I mean, you could burn like the Zbit token, what are they going to do? They're going to have you send it to Satoshi's wallet, and then whatever wallet address that is, you get that amount on runes, right?
On a
Essentially.
12-character Z-bit runes token.
Yeah.
I
mean, you
mean,
could
you know
call
what
it
I'm saying?
Bitcoin machines, right? I mean,
Bitcoin machine Z-bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we got
listen,
to figure out what the like definite rules are, right? Like, and figure out what
that's the
that
thing.
is.
We're
And
all
also,
speculating.
yeah,
Yeah.
also, I'm sure that he's already probably trying to work on some sort of bridging from specific protocols for like, special cases or whatever,
Yeah.
so that could work around that. So I don't know. We're just all speculating with this. It's interesting, nevertheless. You have people that are airdropping like probably $1 million worth or millions of dollars worth of airdrops right
Yep.
now, just relating to runes, anticipation of it coming out.
Yep.
So it's
And
going to
that's
be
just going
interesting.
to keep picking up as we get closer. The closer and closer we get, that's going to get more. I think the airdrops and stuff like that, and the gamified stuff. I think that's just the beginning. I think RSIC really opened the door with, and especially, and I think it's RuneX as well. They're kind of like leading the charge right now. And I think a lot of people are building things that are going to be on these other protocols that will eventually be on runes. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right. I
Yeah,
think
man.
that we covered everything pretty much, right?
Yep. So we got Bitcoin right now sitting at around 42,000. What do you think? Because obviously Bitcoin kind of rolls everything, right? Bitcoin kind of is the the thing that kind of moves everything. So what do you think? What are you thinking for Bitcoin sitting at what 41,000 or 42,000
No,
right now?
42.3. Yeah.
42.
Actually,
Yeah.
from yesterday and today, it's definitely picked up some energy and being consistent on the price going up. It really depends if like that GPTC, the grayscale GPTC sell pressure is truly calmed down, or if
Yeah.
this is more of a psyop. Um, because it seems like that's what really, you know, suppressed the chance for a strong green candle from the ETF announcement, right?
Yeah.
So we were at 39 on Thursday, I believe, or Wednesday, and we're
Yeah.
at 42.3 now. So it could be, and we're getting close to the end of January and heading into February, and
Yep.
I think we've maybe just got through like the January lulls, you know what I mean, like the lull of it, like the because the middle of January, the end of the first week usually doesn't do great anyways for Bitcoin,
Yeah.
and then we're at the end of the month, and hopefully that's what the case is. Maybe we'll get to 44 tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends. And I think the reason why we're up today, though, I think it's because GBTC and these big boys are not selling, right? They don't sell on the weekends, right? They work 9 to 5 and that's all they do. So I think we do see a dip tomorrow back to 39. I think that's kind of where we're going to sit until they're done selling, because it's not just GBTC, it's also FTX, Celsius, and some of the ones that actually hold, because a lot of them hold the GBTC trust. You know what I mean? I think FTX was a big buyer of that, so they're selling it as well. But at least you're also seeing a lot of money going in to these ETFs, right? With the BlackRock, the Fidelity, and stuff like that. So I think that we're kind of getting price action happening, and we're just gonna have to sit and wait. We're gonna have to wait through this. I think February is going to be, I think half the beginning of February is going to be about the same. We might go down to about 34, but I think by the end of February we're near 50,000, and I think in March we hit all-time highs. What do you
Yeah.
think? All-time high in March, leading
I don't
into
know. I don't
April?
know. Maybe we'll have to see. It's really majority. It is FTX that created that sell pressure.
Yeah,
Because they were. I think what, in my opinion, this is my psyop like tinfoil hat on, but
yeah,
I believe that FTX was trying to sell all their GBTC to be able to get their clients, especially like their larger clients, like in good standing. And I think FTX is going to do a relaunch eventually, because that was kind of like the the US's exchange that was supposed to be leading everything
yeah.
until smart guy decided to crash everything, right? So
Yeah. I was looking at this, right? And so this is 2017, bull market 2018, right? And see how it goes down here. So I think that this would have looked like that if it wasn't for FTX. I think we probably would have just went like that. But I think FTX kind of just pushed everything up higher,
Yeah.
and that's why we got that second run there. So if this kind of matches out to kind of look like this, then technically this was that low, and then we were right here, right?
Well, I think we're
Did you
actually
see this?
no. I think we're at. Wait, look, where are we?
Well, according
Yeah,
to
yeah.
cycle, we're about to say the halvings here. We are about right around here. So
Gotcha.
this will be February, March. But then you got to remember this was the Black Swan event. So we could have actually seen this as like what we're having right here, right?
That was the COVID event.
Yeah, this was COVID right here.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So if COVID didn't happen, we might have just skipped all of that and went right up, right?
True. Very
So
true. Yeah.
it's looking like this kind of looks like a little bit right here, though, too. Look at that and look at that, So we might be here and this might be happening. And I think this happens in March. I
I
really
just
do.
feel like those are too close together, though. If you go back
Yeah.
down to the 2017,
Yeah.
and if you zoom in there, no, I think it's the other one.
Over here.
Yeah, right there. So that there's a little pullback.
That's
Happened.
COVID.
No. I think
Over
I was
here.
talking. Yeah, right there. Sorry. Yeah. So I guess right there. So I feel like we're right there.
Yeah.
But maybe not, because like that would be right before the halving. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to kind of see what happens there. Now I'm like all confused because it's too zoomed in.
I know. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. So we could be there. You're right. Then, because it looks very similar.
Yeah.
We'll kind of have to see. Right, we're speculating, obviously, but I think one thing for sure that I'm really confident in, and I think you're really confident in,
Yeah.
is that like we're out of the bear market, and like there's still people that are claiming that we're gonna crash and we're heading into a bear market right now, and that to me that's just ridiculous. We haven't even had. You have to be able to get to the previous all-time high to be able to come out of a bear market, right?
Yep.
I mean, like to officially start a bull market again, like until where it goes crazy. So I feel like we're not going to see another bear market for at least like a year and a half, right?
Yeah, and if you got to remember too, this is a presidential year, right? And if you think the Biden's handlers are gonna let this market crash, you're crazy. And I think the stock market's at an all-time high right now, and I think they're gonna push this thing so high. And I think they're gonna make the economy look amazing. And people don't understand the Fed right now has 5 bullets in their chamber. So if if things start to go bad, unemployment starts to rise, they could boom, take off an interest rate point. Now we're down to 4.25, and boom, take down another one and another one. I think this year could be absolutely insane for all markets, and I think next year could be really bad, because once they use all their bullets in the chamber, that's when you're going to kind of see real things happening, real economic problems,
turmoil.
But as of right now, the interest rates in their gun and being able to take them down a little by little, or a big move. If the economy starts crashing, the Fed can say, "Boom, we're taking it back down to 3% in one shot." One shot. When we've seen them go from 3 to 0 during COVID, right? So if things is bad, and what did that do? That caused an economic like explosion, right? And then Kamala Harris just announced that the child tax credit. So starting in July, families of each kid are going to get $3,000. Like, so starting in July, you're going to see those checks coming again. And I remember last time, since I have kids, I was getting a good amount of money every single month from the government for just having kids. Like, I got to check. And then what was I doing with that? I was throwing it into Bitcoin, right? And that's going to start. That's going to start again in July. And I think we're going to see that is going to be an explosion. Families are going to have more money again. And that goes for every single family in the United States. If you have a kid, you're going to get between $200 and $300 for each kid every month. So I think an economic explosion is happening. And I think the Biden's handlers are definitely going to be taking this economy to 7,000-8,000 S&P. So
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yep. All right. Well, let's get into the market updates.
Yeah.
We'll jump straight in there. I'm gonna use my daily because I did it not long ago, so I think it's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump straight into the BRC20 market updates. I have the market cap in the plus minus here. So we'll start with Ordi at $1.24 billion market cap. It's down 1%. Not too much movement there. Sats comes in number 2 at one little over 1 billion, and it's even in terms of the plus and minus in the market cap. So Track comes in at 116 million, plus 10%. So Track has been, getting a lot of news with partnerships and just been in the news lately a lot. And I feel like it's benefiting the market cap there for Track. BTCS comes in at 53.5 million, up 2%. Our RCSV, which is not the official token for Recursive Verse, but a community token, is at 10.7 million market cap, up 2%. Pizza is at 6.9 million. It's plus or minus 0, so no movement there. VMPX, no movement there. OXBT, no movement there. So VMPX at 5.4 million, OXBT at 4 million. Pepe at 3.7 million market cap, down 10% for Pepe. So kind of taking a hit there. Meme at 3.22 million, up 2%. Shint, SHNT, Satoshi Hunters at 2.73 million, down 7%, taking a little hit. You have the Council at $2.54 million market cap, up 3% on 24 plus or minus. They've been, also kind of been a little bit in the news, just kind of with their launch pad, supposed to be, onboarding some new projects and stuff. You got Zbit, we talked about earlier in the show that announced their migration. Seems like they've been taking a hit because of that. They're at 2.31 million market cap, down 8%. Then you have Ords at 1.01 million, a little over 1 million, no movement. And then Punk at barely over a million with up 2% there. Then we get into newer type tokens. We have Rats at 280 million market cap, up 8%. So Rats in their community has kind of jumped up a little bit. You have Mubai and this is a multi-bridge, I believe is what it stands for a bridging solution for Bitcoin, at 230 million, no movement though on the 24-hour. .com is at 37.3 million, down 3%. Ghosty has been on a run lately. They were back to 70 cents. They're at 23 cents. Yeah, 23.3 million, up 4%. Then you have Pin at 21%, 21 million market cap, up 5%. And then Turn down for what? We got them. The Turt is short for turtle. 20 million, down 50%. Cold. This is a big hit for the turtle community. Sorry, guys. And then you have CSAS at 20 million, even, no movement. Mice, no movement. These really haven't had movement the past couple of days. You have LIGO that actually was down quite a bit and then jumped up to 17 million. It was down to like 9 million, jumped up to 17 million yesterday. Now they're at 20 million 17 million 2 days ago, 20 million yesterday. Now they're even. So 20 million, not bad for LIGO, honestly. It's a good bounce back there. Then you have Bridge at 16.8 million, no movement, and then BNP at 10 million, no movement. So some of these newer tokens don't really have too much movement. And then even the OG tokens, really not a bunch of movement. There's a couple that have done some things, but just kind of a little bit slower there. So
yeah, man. And I'll take you guys over to the Magic Eden, the digital artifact part of this. So we got R6 still in that number one spot on the 7-day, sitting at 0.037. Yeah, this keeps dropping to about 0.03 and then gets bought all the way back up to 0.04. Somebody is buying these, man. I mean, like in droves because they get bought up so quickly. It just seems like one person's just buying them all up back to 0.4 and then waits for them to dip back down to 0.03. It's really weird to see, but you'll see this. You'll see this fall back down to 0.03 and then immediately pop back up to 0.4. It's
a little scary to me though, because imagine someone has like 50 of those or 100 of them, and they're just mining that token, and once it's released, they dump it, and then that it could be an LXBT thing.
It could be, but it's one of those things too. Is like maybe they want to hold all of it, like up until because it could. I mean, just when Runes opens, everything's going to be low liquidity wise, right?
Yeah.
So these guys might. I mean, they could be dumping some on the market, but they might just be like, This is just the beginning.
Eventually, though. Eventually. So I think you got to play the the RSIC token once it launches. You got to play that very smartly.
Yeah.
Because but there's a chance it could rocket, and then eventually that's where the dump would come. But we'll see.
100%. I mean, when you're up, you should always take profit. Especially when this comes out and your airdrop your portion of what you mined. Because I mean, we are trusting them to airdrop this token to us, right? If you're mining these, so that's the only thing. And in Bitcoin, we don't like trusting, but it is what it is right now. With this stuff. But we got no monkeys in that second spot, sitting at 0.17 with 85 Bitcoin in volume. The Bitcoin puppet sitting in that third spot, sitting at 0.048. These things have been on a rocket lately. They were, I think, at 0.02. I want to say about 10 days ago. Now up at 0.48, sitting at 63 Bitcoin in volume. The commoners, man, keep down only for this. I'm waiting for a pop-up with these guys sitting at 0.0084, all on uncommon sats. The first ever 10,000 collection on uncommon sat. I'm not crazy about the art, but it's they're all on uncommon sats, so that's huge. And then we have the Pizza Ninjas sitting at 0.06, and then we have the rare sats. We're gonna check out the uncommons. Sitting at around $262. These are just keep dropping here. They were up to 800 when the commoners came out, and now down to about $262. And then we jump it back to we got Bitmap sitting at 0.46. This has been really steady, bro. I haven't seen them sitting at a number like this in a long time. They've been sitting at 4.5, 4.6. Like it seems like
that's good.
Somebody
that's good, right?
It's really good. They found a nice floor there. It seems like at 0.005 since 0045, 0.0046. And we have the Bitcoin frogs. The frogs are winning, man, in the market cap right now. Frogs are a little higher than no monkeys. They have the highest market cap in the ordinal digital artifact space right now. And then we have the Bitcoin Bootallion sitting at 0.005 with 13.89 Bitcoin in volume. I mean, Ordo Maxi Biz, dude, up at 0.6, bro.
That's the highest I've seen it.
I mean, wow, dude. And this is 2.1K holders. This is why I'm kind of bullish on OpCat, right? Because, I mean, OpCat has obviously 1,000, 1,200 more but like sitting at 0.6, man. And they have a team behind them, right? Because
it's Quantum Cats. You were calling them OpCat. You've been calling them OpCat.
I mean, they are. That's the same, OpCat.
Yeah, it's related.
Yeah, but yeah, the Quantum Cats.
Crazy.
I think they have.
Do you know if the Quantum Cats are going to be inscribed on special sats or anything?
I have no idea.
Gotcha.
No idea.
Okay, cool.
Are they on here?
I don't think so. No.
Because I remember the No Monkeys were.
Yeah, because they had the honoraries.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
That's why. All right. What's the Trumps? The Trumps?
Oh yeah, the Trumps sitting at 0.0012. I'm actually bullish on this project.
I kind of am too, man.
Just because, like, if theirs goes for a run, when Trump beats Nikki Haley and stuff like that, I think that like these start to build up, man. And I don't know. I like them. They're pretty cool. But yeah, I might actually dip my toe a little bit into that. And then we have the Ordinal Punks.
Oh my gosh. Look at that floor,
dude. 5 Bitcoin floor. I want to go back to a previous video and see where these were back then, dude. Well, these are up like 10x.
A lot.
I think. But yeah.
So yeah, so there's been 2 sales the past day.
Yeah.
And one was for 2.8 Bitcoin, one was for 3.6 Bitcoin. But before that, there was sales 19 days ago.
Yeah.
So it's definitely this is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But that is your digital artifact update for this weekend.
All right, I'm gonna jump into the TAP protocol tokens. DMT is number 1, sitting at 47.8 million. No movement there since yesterday. Then you have Dark DRK from Dark City. This thing has been kind of on a run the past couple of days. It's sitting at 24.4 million, up 21%. Minus Tap finally started to pull back up. It is at 19.9 million, up 23%. Then you have Gib at number 4 at 7.27 million. No movement from the past day. Based token at $1.18 million market cap, down 19%. So the base token has taken a bit of a hit. It was hovering around 2,500 to 3,300 for a while, but since I think they did the snapshot and stuff like that, it's gone down. But they do have like a new like project that they're going to be launching. I guess the first one. We'll see what happens there. Number 6 is Miner at 845,000, up 2%. Ordfi is at 840,000, no movement there. Benny token is at 588,000, up 0.72%. RPG token 420,000 market cap, down 33%. That's a pretty big hit there.
Yeah.
Bitmap token at 420,000, no movement. Biddle token 420,000 market cap, no movement. Troll 420,000 market cap, no movement. And then the Santi token at 210,000 market cap, no movement. Algo token 108,000.4 with 1% increase there. So the top protocol has a couple here that kind of jumped up and had some significant improvement, but everything else is kind of just sitting idle right now.
Yeah, man. Should we just with the atomicals, I guess?
Yeah.
I'll take you guys over to atomicals market. Was it .io? Nope, it's .com.
Yep, .com. I can do it. I have it up.
You got it? Yeah, if you don't care.
Yeah. So let me just do the atomical since it's easier on mine. So Atom comes in at number 1, $200 million market cap, up 0.61%. Then you have Sofon at $42 million market cap, no movement on the 24. Quark at $40 million market cap, no movement on the 24. Realm comes in at number 4 at 5.5 million, up 7%, a bit of a jump up there. AVM token at 2.91 million, plus 11%, pretty decent jump up there for AVM. You got Neutron at 2.1 million, no movement. Electron 2 million, no movement. And then you have DMint at 462,000, up 5%. Rect at 327.5 thousand, up 7%. BitVM at 231,000, down 8%. Quantum at 229.3 thousand, no movement there. Proton at 210,000, no movement there. iCals at 126,000, no movement there. And Atomicals at 105,000, no movement there. So for the most part, I would say no movement through Atomicals. A couple of these OG Atomical tokens did move in the upwards direction. We'll kind of have to see what happens with Atomicals here the next week.
Yeah, man. I'll jump you guys over to the BRC 420 part of it. And looking like the blue box is sitting at 0.545, $23,000, guys, for a blue box. Absolutely
crazy.
Insane. And then we have the mineral sitting at $390, sitting at 0.0092, doing really well. I think this loses a zero really quickly the next couple days or so, especially as we lead up to Merlin Chain. And we have the song about NFT. This is actually on the move now. I saw this down to about $500 yesterday, up to about 580 today. And the key to nowhere sitting at around 0.000248. Why this has so much volume, I have no idea. And then we have the BRC 137 sitting at 2.1 Bitcoin. Is there orders for this, dude? Just being listed. Is there any sales? Oh wow, we did have some sales on 121. Damn, dude, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And we have Bitmap Town really getting sitting at around $63. Not as bad as I thought. The Blue Wands, man, gaining some control in this market, sitting at over $100. I think it has that $100 floor, and it has not dropped under it since it passed it, sitting at $101.95. And then we'll jump over to some other ones. What else do we go over normally? Let's see, Bunny Box, say 0.00097. Yeah, and we got Satoshi's Pet sitting at around $246. And we'll jump to our stuff here, just so you guys know we do have some stuff over here. What'd you say?
You got to go to the tokens.
Oh yeah, okay. You tell I normally don't do this part of it, but we'll go to Resident Yagobi. You type that in there, it usually comes up. Easy, quickly do it this way. 209 progress. Nice. 50 holders, man. Up at about total volume is close to $100. And the floor price is $47. Who's buying you off the floor when you can admit you for $3.89? And then we'll take a look at Resident Shizzy. And Resident Shizzy has 28 holders, 33 mints, sitting at around $38 for mint price there. But yeah. Yeah, man. And that is your BRC 420 update.
Awesome. All right, really quick, I'll bring you over here to my screen.
There you go.
So the pipe protocol, we have pipe at number 1, 47 million plus 1%. Lane 2.93 million market cap, no movement. Rune 840,000, no movement. Etch at 630,000 market cap, no movement. UTXO 210,000 market cap, no movement. X pipe 210,000 market cap, no movement, and then Troll at 22.25 thousand market cap, up 1%. So the pipe protocol doesn't have much activity right now. But we'll see if that increases in the end, or not in the end, in the next month here. And then I'll finish it up here. CBRC20 token market caps. We have number 1 with Moto at 26.7 million market cap, up 3%. Board, the first token launched here at 14.8 million, down 6%. CBRC is at 1.63 million, down 1%. CYBR, this is a newer one that I saw that I didn't notice before. It's at 575.6 thousand market cap. You have CLTR at 302,000, up 1%. Node at 292,000, no movement there. Data at 265,000, down 24%. That's a pretty big drop there. CPunk at 254,000. That's another big drop at 35% down. Then you have Junk at 230,000, plus 3%. And then Sim, which is SYMM, 201,000.6, up 1%. And then the HODL token at 79,000, up 1%. I think that's it. That covers pretty much all the token standards in the Ordinal ecosystem.
I'll take you over to ordinalrevolution.com, guys. If you haven't been over here recently, definitely check this out. We got amazing articles that are really, really good. We got you can watch all our podcasts from here. You go to videos or Ordinal Revolution podcast. But I'm going to tell you guys the store. So we here have some merchandise for you guys. We got Ordi shirts. We got Sat shirts. We got a whole bunch of new stuff that was added yesterday. So check that out if you haven't checked it out recently. And we got, the Ribbits and the Bitcoin shirts. So check all that out. Good gifts for people in the Ordinal space or anything like that. But we appreciate you guys for just taking a look. So,
yep.
Yeah, man. I think that's our show, right? Any last words before we start this week?
Just be present, be aware of what's going on, because I think there's going to be a lot of things happening heading into February. So there's an arms race in terms of like trying to get to market first for these layer 2 solutions, as well as just people trying to innovate over here. So I think it's going to be a very important month.
Yeah, I think this week's going to be a big week. I think I think Merlin Chain testing on that's going to be very, 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 very going to go well. I hope so, but we'll see. I can't wait to start playing over there. But yeah, that's the show, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you cannot watch, you can definitely listen. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on all streaming platforms. So check those out. And we'll join our membership as well. If you YouTube, we have member videos. We're gonna be dropping one today, matter of fact. So definitely check that out too. But that's the show. See you guys.
Peace.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.